So we're coming to the last presentation from this year's batch. Then we have one more company from our first batch at Daimler 2 years ago. So the next company will be introduced by one of our ambassadors, Tilman, and he'll give you more heads up on what they do. Thank you.
Yeah, glad to be here. My name is Tilman. I work for the ITT department, formerly known as ITI. This gets important in a minute. I'm proud to introduce you to Verifyoo, which offers a new kind of authentication for users. Typically, you do this by using a username and a password, but they have something much better in mind. They will show you afterwards. When I saw this, I thought about where is this important within Daimler? And it is important if you think of the Mercedes-Me app, if you think of OneWeb, the web services and all that stuff, where our customers have to log in. They have to remember their password. So I connected them to my neighborhood department, which is also part of ITT. That's the important stuff. In order to help them introduce their system into SIA. That's the name of the system which we use in order to authenticate customers. And that's what they do, and I'm very proud to introduce you to Verifyoo, showing you what is better than a username and a password.
So nobody fell off the stage. I hope that's not going to fall as well. So thank you all for coming. Good to be here. I'm Roy Dalal, CEO and co-founder of Verifyoo and father of two, and a huge gummy bear fan. Any gummy bear fans here? Woo! Yeah, there's gummy bears scattered, so feel free to take them. So aside from being super delicious, gummy bears have another use. They can be used to hack your phone. So you take a gummy bear with an imprint of the fingerprint on it, you can just use it to unlock the device. Let's see that one more time. You take a gummy bear with a fingerprint on it, and you can use it to unlock the device. Pretty scary. I hope you sleep good at night. So what about facial recognition? Well, it turns out that 4 out of 10 devices can be hacked using just a photo or a video. So let's see that in action too. You just put the video in front of the device and you can unlock the facial recognition. We can see that one more time. You just put the device in front of the phone and you can unlock the facial recognition. The main problem with fingerprints and face is that they can never be changed. So if they're compromised, they're lost forever, unlike a password. And in this case, data from 1 million people leaked, and they can basically never change this data again. So the main problem is that unlike a password, your face and fingerprints can never be changed. This is a huge privacy issue. Now let's talk a bit about passwords. Passwords constitute to 81% of all data breaches. This is a huge number. And according to Gartner and Forrester, each password reset costs about $70 and between 20 to 50% of all helpless calls just for password resets. This is a huge cost for the organization and a huge overhead. Even Google say that billions of passwords have been hacked and that there's a good way to check if yours has been hacked as well. There's a tool called Have I Been Pwned that you can just put your email address and see if your accounts have been hacked. Go check it out afterwards, I recommend it. So this is me at night. I couldn't sleep because of all the hacking and the data breaches. So it just kept us up at night and got us thinking, there must be a way to do it better. Then we came up with Verifyoo. In Verifyoo, we specialize in online identity verification for enterprises, fintech, and other types of industries. And the way that we verify the users is that we just ask them, using the Draw ID solution, we just ask them to write a random set of characters on the device. Just like this. You get a random set of characters, just scribble them on the device, and this gives us a lot of behavioral information from the device that allows us to build each user a profile. So you get 2 factors in one solution, which is the device and the behavioral identity of the user. You don't need to memorize passwords ever again. We don't collect any private data, unlike fingerprints and face. And You can even use this to connect the users to the brand by asking them, for example, to draw the Mercedes symbol instead of just the characters. So we're trying to keep it simple both for the consumer and for the enterprise using 3 principles: security, usability, and privacy. Your privacy, your consumer privacy, and your customer's privacy. Here's a quick demo that shows how a user just puts in the user ID, gets the challenge sent to their device. All they do is just scribble the characters, no passwords, no memory, no tokens, no hassle. Just get business done. This is an example of how we analyze the character R, just to show some of the features that we're looking at. So for example, we're looking at the curves, how the user does the curves of the letter, how they change the angles, what we call the interest points, how they begin the character, how they finish it. And this gives us a lot of information to build each user profile. Information like what we call mental features, which is the time it takes the user to respond to the challenge. Also physiological features like the finger size on the screen, behavioral features like finger pressure, as well as contextual features like where you're using your device, if you're in the office or at home or in China. So we use that as well. If we're looking at the different solutions out there, we can look at 2 different characteristics, which is flexibility and security. So passwords, for example, are pretty flexible. You can use them from anywhere, from your phone, from your desktop. The problem is the security and the user experience. You need to remember them, and you can give your password to anyone else. OTPs don't require you to memorize anything. You just get a code sent to your device, but you need to have your device with you and the SIM card present. And the security is not as well, it's not as good because you can give your device to anyone else. What about fingerprints? Well, it's harder to give your fingerprint to someone else unless you have a gummy bear, but the flexibility is much more problematic because you need to verify the user on the same device that they used to enroll. So if they have a new device, you need to re-enroll the user. Same goes with face. What we're trying to do in Verifyoo is get the best from both worlds. Both flexibility, you can use it from any device, any platform, and security, you cannot give your identity to someone else. We're having a lot of interesting discussions with the bridge partners, and I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for coming and for organizing the event, so thank you. With Daimler, we had a lot of discussions, like Tillman said, with the CIAM, the Consumer Access Management, with Warner Media about the OTT streaming services to prevent account sharing, and with Coca-Cola about the future mobile payment solutions. So again, we're really glad to be here. Hope you're enjoying this evening. So I'd like to thank you again, and the next time that you eat gummy bears, just remember to not leave them laying around so you don't get your identity hacked. And just as a last surprise, I hope that I don't fall, this is what we call Verifyoo's mystery box. And in order to open it, you need to hack my account. So you can come over to our booth after and try to do that and see what's inside. So thank you.